Hey folks, and welcome back to the channel. So today I'm taking a look at a vlog that the Mission Souls band recorded while they were in Bacolod. That is a nearby city, somewhat nearby. It would be about a 5-6 hour drive if they drove, but they took a plane, which may be just as well because driving, I think you have to go through a mountain range to get there. But here's what it looks like on a map. So they went there for a 70th birthday party, it would appear. And I'm not too sure on the details of whose birthday it was, but it was a shindig and they performed there. And in the meantime, they did a vlog. So this is only about a 5-minute vlog, something like that. I'm looking forward just to seeing what it shows us, having to do with the band itself, which of course is a family, behind the scenes, just being a family, instead of just being musicians that are performing amazing songs in front of us. So I thought that would be interesting. So we're going to look at that today. If you're not already subscribed to the channel, just know I'm always looking at non-music content that features bands that are touring today. So if that interests you, please subscribe so you won't miss anything. All right, let's go ahead and check this out. Behind the scenes of Mission Souls. So here they are at the airport at Bacolod. If anyone has the proper pronunciation, please let me know if I've got it right or not.
Nah.
I'm going to turn off the captions. Riding to... Yay, I guess... perhaps a hotel that they're going to. Well, that looks like a hotel with a function room where they're going to have a gig. So it almost looks like, a situation where you'd have a wedding reception, only it's not a wedding reception. Go Ice.
A few moments later.
Energy release in the hotel. Yeah. Oh, breaking the beds. Ooh. Okay, yes, this does look like a family on a vacation. Oh. That's Nisha, right? Okay. TikTok time. And no, there is music. We're just not hearing it. I had no idea they did content like this. This took a little coordination. So they haven't even gotten out of the hotel yet. They're just filming what looked like TikToks or something. And there's a lot of comedy going on here. Three sisters, lots of mischief. Oh, yeah. Whoa. That's advanced because it's only 3 people. Not 4. You need an even number for that. Now they're in the elevator. Hey! All right, let's stop this for a second and take a look. Yes, they're on the stage performing while there's a whole dance going on here that is not the Macarena, but kind of has a similar structure of having somebody leading it while everybody tries to follow the lead. Okay. Very good. Looks like a party to me. Only this might actually be before the party. Now this is the actual party. So here we have the standard lineup that we would expect. We've got Nasus on the keyboards. We've got Sheena singing. We've got Second on the bass. Stacy on the guitar and the lead vocals. And then we've got Ice back there on the drums. And, of course, Nisha on guitar. Looks like a Fender Strat there. And now the energy release after the show. You're still hyped after the show. There you go. Well, great gig, as usual, I'm sure. I haven't seen anything from this. There's a few clips out. It's not easy to hear what's going on, so we haven't looked at them yet. Look at that guitar case. I like that. Looks like extra protection for multiple guitars. After a long day performing at a birthday party, we're going to jump on the bed a little more. It's a family, all right. But they got a mirror on the back wall. Nope. Oh. Endless energy in these kids. And excellent sound effects. Oh, yeah, faceplant. See what happens if Ice doesn't have his kit, he's faceplanting instead.
The next day.
Hi?
All they can say. Coffee and donut or something. And now headed back to Cebu. There we go. And that is a little heart, if you didn't know.
Hi.
The nonverbal verbal hi. Hey. Well, that was cool. So Bacolod is on a different island. However, it's still geographically fairly close by to Cebu. Like I say, it's about a 5-6 hour drive, probably about 6 hours, I would guess, with breaks. You can either take a ferry or perhaps there are actual roadways that you can use to get across, although I don't know how that works. It's about 5 miles across at the shortest point, between the two islands. There's a lot of islands. For those that don't know, the Philippines is made up of something like 700 islands. But these are two rather good-sized islands. The one holding Bacolod and the one holding Cebu City. I just drove further than that for a gig last weekend. So it's nearby. So some facts on Bacolod. Origin of the Mascara Festival. Mascara. That translates to many faces. So if you didn't know, mascara actually kind of means many faces. I mean, I have to imagine that, yes, even the makeup probably has something like that incorporated into its name because, of course, you're making a different face. If you're putting on the mascara, now it's a different face, right? That's how it works. There was a sugar plantation, it looks like, or something. It was a mansion of a prominent 1900s sugar baron that was burned during World War II to prevent Japanese forces from using it as a headquarters. Oh, my goodness. Anyway, it seems to have a rich history. It's the city of smiles and the sugar capital of the Philippines. Okay, that makes sense. And there's a mountain right there. Actually, might be an interesting place to go. I couldn't help but notice the hotel where they stayed. You can stay there, too, for between $20 and $25 a night on a given night. That's not bad. That's one nice thing about the Philippines, if you're going over there to visit, is things are not quite as expensive there. It's a little far, though. It's a bit of a plane ride. Now, they're going to be coming to the United States later this year. So far, the only dates I have heard of are still pretty far away from where I am, but if they happen to come reasonably close, I might go out and try to check out their show. Maybe even try to have a chat, if that's possible. But that was very, very interesting, just to see them as a family doing family things. And, oh, yes, they have a gig, too. Of course they do, because, after all, that's their specialty at this point. And that's a wonderful thing. So, folks, why don't you let me know what you thought of this? If you've ever been to Bacolod or to Cebu City, if you've ever seen the band, if you would recommend a trip to the Philippines, there are things you want to share, by all means, leave it all below for me. I'm all ears. Would be interested to hear your experiences. I find these things very, very interesting. Rock music is one thing, but there's plenty of other things involved. Part of traveling around and seeing bands in other cities, part of that fun is just to take a look at the city for a moment and see where they are and see what happened there. There's always things to learn. Anyway, if you enjoyed this, why don't you give it a like? And if you enjoyed the presentation, please subscribe. All right. Thanks so much for joining me today. I'll catch you in the next one. Take care, folks.